MS, Mrs. Hines here. Happy Monday, and I'm very excited to have a short week with you. So we only have today, Monday, and tomorrow, Tuesday, and then the rest of the week, we're super thankful to be on Thanksgiving break. So today, we're going to do an interactive game in Scratch. So hopefully by now you started to get used to the just the basic general idea of tech that you're going to log in every day to your Tech 6 Google Classroom. On the stream, the only thing that I'm posting to the stream is going to be the Meet link. So if you need help with the interactive game, anytime today between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock, really, I'm at the computer. So if you need help, please find me by using this link. Everything else you can go to Classroom for. So under today's assignment, there'll be one for 1123, and we're going to be making an interactive game. Everything else that you may need is under class materials. And again, there's my websites, but also the blue team, what we're doing in tech today looks like this. Okay, so we're all the way down at slide 15. So today on Monday, we're going to start making an interactive game in Scratch from scratch. So you're going to need to log into Scratch. So if you first go to scratch.mit.edu and sign in so you see your name on the top right. You're then going to click this create button and we're going to start coding a brand new project. Last week you did a greeting card, so hopefully we're able to share that out on Friday. But today you're going to be making an interactive game. The starts of it anyway. So let me just kind of show you my goal for you is to have one sprite right here. This is my dinosaur. He's going to be moving with the arrow keys, meaning when I press the up arrow, he's going to change where he is and he's going to glide upwards. The whole point of today's assignment is that you get used to basically navigating around the stage. You have two number lines. You have a number line that goes left and right, that's your X, and you have a number line that goes up and down, that's your Y. So I'm also going to have a secondary sprite that falls from the sky, but for this point, I'm just going to pull that off of the code for a second and show you this portion. So I have my sprite starting at 0, 0, so it starts in the center of my screen, and my code is running now, but nothing's happening because my code says do something only if an arrow key is pressed. So on my keyboard, if I physically touch up, down, left, or right, I have things happen where it moves, and down below, I also have it changing costume. This is kind of a bonus. What I would like you to have is I would like you to have these so your character moves with the arrow keys. So let's show you how to do that. First, let's pick a good character. Get rid of this cat by clicking on the X. Please choose a character from the library. It doesn't really matter to me which one it is. So for now, we're going to pick perhaps the elephant. Okay, so I have an elephant and I want this elephant to move around the screen. So in Scratch, you're always going to start with a green flag. And for this instance, we're also going to grab under Control a forever loop. This will make the code always repeat. Otherwise, it would only happen once when you press the green flag. But we want this to happen if we're pressing a certain button. So I'm going to drag this if statement. And you can see there's like a empty code block that's going to go in there. That's where sensing comes in. This blue button over here on the side, sensing. You can sense if your character's touching another, the mouse pointer. You can sense if it's touching a key. So I'm going to grab this key space pressed. And when I drag it inside, see how it like lights up there? And it has a triangle, so you know that there's other options. I'm going to use the up arrow. If I'm pressing the up arrow, what do I want to have happen? Well, I want my character to move. So I'm going to go under motion. We've been using go to and glide to send them to specific locations. If you scroll down, there's also change X or change Y. If you're going up and down, that's on the Y number line. So I'm going to drag the change Y. Now, if you can imagine 0, 0 being in the center of your screen, when you go up, you are changing by a positive 10. So this set of code, if I ran it, would allow my character to go up. Here's a hack for you. If you put your mouse over top of the green flag when clicked and right click, you can choose duplicate. By doing this, it duplicates the same code and you can just adjust it so you don't have to recode everything. So if you're going down on the number line, you're actually going by a negative number. This number is how many pixels you're moving, so you could change the number, but if you're going up, it should be positive, and if you're going down, it should be negative. You're going to do the same thing for left and right. So I'm just going to scroll over here, and if I'm going to the right, actually I'm going to the left, I'm going to change X. And I'm going in the negative direction if I'm going left on the number line. I'm going to duplicate that. And if I'm going right on the number line, I'm changing X by a positive 10. You can just put 10. You don't have to put the plus. So now when I run my code, my character can move around. Excellent. Let's save this. You're going to save this as interactive game. So I'll call it Q2 interactive game. And you must hit file, save now. Excellent. All right. If you have your code, you can also say clean up blocks, and then it stacks it all nice. Oh no, Mrs. Hines, I'm confused. I need help. Well, guess what? On Google Classroom, I will give you a cheat sheet. On this cheat sheet, let me just open it up here. It's going to walk you through step by step, okay? So your goal is to get through slides 3. You can see where down is Y, left is X, up is Y, right is X. So this is for one sprite, and you're going to choose a second sprite. Your second sprite is going to fall from the sky and include this code. This will have it pick a random X position high up on the number line on Y, so it starts up on the top of your screen, and it's going to fall randomly down below. So let's do that. On here, I saved it. To bring in another sprite, I'm going to just choose another sprite from the library, and what would an elephant like to chase? Perhaps some balloons. So these balloons, maybe I have it floating up, right? So I'm just going to have it going from, I'm going to start with the green flag. I'm going to have it going from one spot and gliding to another. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Now, if I have it go from the bottom of the screen, that's going to be a negative Y. Because if you think about your number line, it's going to start way down here. And it's going to go up top, maybe to like 300. So I'll change those and I'll run it. All right, that happened once. So I want it to happen over and over and over again. I'm going to put this in a forever loop. I'm going to run it again. All right, so this game is like the lamest game ever. It has one balloon falling in the same direction. The reason for that is because your X, the position it is on the number line left to right, is the same, right? It's not changing. So what I'm going to do to make this a little bit more entertaining is I'm going to go under operators. Under operators, there's this pick random number. I'm going to drag that out here. I'm going to just zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. This random number, let's have it pick a random number from the length of our stage, which is like negative 200 to positive 200. And I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to shove this inside the X. Do you see how it lights up? Boop. You got to make the noise too for it to work. Just kidding. But that right there, my friends, is your code. Now watch what happens to my balloon. It goes randomly up the screen. So it looks like it's kind of moving in a different position, but it's always going from the bottom to the top. So that's kind of cool. Now what I could do is next time I'm going to save this. Tomorrow I'm going to have these two interact. So the way that I'm going to do that is, you guessed it, I'm going to check back on my cheat sheet, and I'm just going to keep going down the line. But for today, if you could please complete slide 3 on your first sprite, where it moves with the arrow keys, and slide 4 on your second sprite, and please save. Once you save, If you could also just hit the share button, what that allows me to do is on my end, we have classes. So if you click on your name and you go under my classes, I can go to my students and I can see what they're working on. So I can click on any of these. So if you happen to be working on something, definitely share it so I can check it out. But hopefully you can go under your stuff and you can keep working on this today. But my goal is that you start your interactive game, that you get more familiar with Scratch, and hopefully you make something that people are going to want to play. So definitely make it so your character moves with the arrow keys, but you might also have to slow things down. Perhaps your balloon floats a little bit slower. It takes a little bit more time. The goal of the game is we're going to eventually have these two interact. So I'm looking forward to do that with you tomorrow. All right, guys, have a fantastic Monday. We'll see you during our teacher work access time. If you have any questions, please email me or join the Google link. Can't wait to see your interactive games. Happy Monday, folks.